There we go. I actually got my stream set up correctly this time. What up? What's going on YouTube? We're just out here in the garage, chilling. Figured I'd go live for a little bit and say what's up for a minute. See if anybody wants to join in. My hand's blocking the camera. Does it really have to be specifically this way? I can't rotate it 180 degrees. What the fuck? Piece of shit iPhone. What's up, Evan Lewis? What's up, Mr. 2%? Mega Cab Morris? What's up, Nick? 6 Deuce 0? What's up? Lee Scott? Jay? I'm Faro? Hello, 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 JDM Pre-Runner. What's up? Mainly hard water. Yeah, dude, the lake hasn't been froze over here yet. I don't know when it's gonna freeze. It's been really warm and I'm not bitching. It's been warm for Wisconsin, I should say. What's up, 608? Rowdy 608? '89 hybrid. Sorry, I'm a little bit stuffy. You guys hear that? Yeah. Ooh, yum. You guys hear that? Just because I don't know if I got the COVID-23. I think I got over COVID-19, 20, and 21, but I'm working on 22, I think, maybe right now. Definitely had like a really sore throat earlier this week to the point where like I couldn't sleep. It hurt so bad. And just been really tired and out of it for the last couple days, so that sucks. But other than that, life's been pretty good. I broke my fucking finger the other day. I slammed my finger in the door, so that's great. You know, just typical complainer over here. It's all I'm good at, right? But anyways, I got rid of a couple cars this week. I'm really fucking excited about it because it seems like the more cars that I get rid of, the more I'm motivated to work on shit. So I got rid of the EF sedan tonight. I got rid of the that EK sedan. Both the cars that I bought for $400. I sold one of the cars that I bought for $400 for $1,000, and I sold the other car that I bought for $400 for $1,500. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty neat. I made a couple bucks, so now I have like $1,000 or $2,000 to go blow on other cars that I won't make the money back on. So it all works itself out at the end of the day, I think. I'm gonna read a couple comments here. Mega Cab Morris, BWI is checking in. I don't know what that means. What's up, Buckeye Bandit? 89 hybrid. Evan wants a base map for a Z6. If you're not turbo D-swapping that Fiesta, I don't want to hear it. What's up here? I need me a Holly EFI banner. Yeah, dude, they're fucking dope. Happy holidays from Jay Rands. Happy holidays, everybody. I don't want to think about it quite yet. We're still a little bit away. Congrats, Papa. Thank you. Thank you. My beautiful baby boy is in the house along with my beautiful fiance. I just call her my wife. Can I just call her my fucking wife? Or do we have to go sign the paperwork? Can I just call her my wife? I think I can. I'll just call her my wife. I did sell the Z, Nick. I did sell it. Just took out the new Toyota Corolla GR Circuit Edition. How's that? Racing Logic. Turbo K-swap the world. Yeah, I have a K-swap. And I live on the world, so that's cool. Marry that woman already. Yeah, I just feel like there's a bunch of legal shit that comes with it. Is it really worth getting the paperwork? You know, like, can't we just, like, make our vows to God and do all that kind of stuff? Or does it have to involve the government and signing a piece of paper? What do you guys think? How's Trevor? I think Trevor's all right. He's got a job at Hexco Motorsports. If you guys need a power sports thing, he works there. 3 cylinders of disappointment. My Fiesta, or the Festiva, is actually a 4-banger. Common law marriage used to be that way. I don't know what you mean by that, Evan. Like I said, I just, I don't know if it's, like, I don't know if I'm just being weird, but, like, I feel like the government really is not on your side as much when you're married. Maybe it is. I don't know. And I'm sorry, but I don't need the government to tell me that I love my wife. You know? I can just love my wife without the government telling me that I love my wife. What's the next project? Hang on, I got a couple other comments before that one. What's the project? Glad my woman feels the same. We good how we are. Don't need no stupid paperwork. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying, man. That's what I'm saying. It's Matt, your dog trainer. What's up, Hunter? From Texas, excited for more content. Glad to hear family's doing good. Also interested in limited run full turbo package for B series. Yeah, I have too many turbo manifolds right now, and we might need to get rid of a couple of them. Maybe we'll do a giveaway. I think that would be fun. Tuning on 87 with lower compression, BK, Intrigue, anyone else? 87 octane is junk. I don't care how low your compression is. If you're making any sort of power, it's not the best, you know. You can do it. You can do it. But just remember, your motor's not going to last as long if you drive it like a madman. It's not going to last as long running shitty gas. I don't care how low the timing is. You're correct on that. Way more taxes when you're married, too. It looks a lot better on her taxes when she's a single mom. Ding, 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 ding. I don't know if I'm a shitty person for saying that or whatever, but it's true, guys. The government doesn't want you to get married, you know? It seems that way. Have I ever tuned a first-gen Insight? I have not. Fuck yeah, dude, I got a bunch of gray hair. I got gray hair all over. Salt and pepper for life, baby. Salt and pepper, bro. I'm salt and pepper all day. I got some grays. Absolutely. Just want to hear it from you, boss. Thanks, brother. 1985 Seeker. Yeah, I mean, dude, just run good fuel. There's no way around. If you want to run shitty fuel, put it in your daily driver that you're not beating on. If you're beating on your vehicle or beating on your engine or turbocharging your engine, put good fuel in it. The better the fuel that you put in your engine, the more power it's going to make and the longer it's going to last. The less stressed parts are going to be, you know, regular shitty 87 unleaded fuel is totally fine if you're just driving down the highway idling, because that's pretty much all of society. They just idle down the highway, they idle off the off-ramp, they get on it, quarter throttle, getting onto the highway. That's about it, you know. Then 87 octane is fine. But, I mean, a lot of factory vehicles, even, like newer stuff, newer trucks, I've tuned a couple F-150s, they have like an automatic timing. Like, you guys think a closed loop? I gotta tell you guys this real quick. So, I'm sure you guys are familiar with closed loop fueling. So, closed loop fueling is pretty much like you have the ECU has a target air fuel ratio. So say it's 12.5 to 1. If you floor it and it's 13.0 to 1, it's going to add 5% of fuel to get to that 12.5 to 1 that is targeted. Well, and it'll compensate back and forth. So like if the weather gets really hot and it ends up running a 12.0, it will compensate and run a 12.5. That's where a lot of these new ECUs like the Holley or the Haltech or any of these other computers, they're getting a lot better at doing closed loop control. And it's awesome, and it's keeping engines alive a lot longer, and it's not allowing them to run too lean or too rich. Well, the new Ford stuff, I don't know if GM is doing it yet or not. I don't really care to fuck with a lot of the new stuff because I'm like an old school boomer in a way, and I just like my fuel map and my ignition map, and I don't like anything hindering with it. Like a lot of these new, complicated emissions control units are doing on these new vehicles. But anyways, the Ford stuff's really cool because it will always tune the ignition timing to maximum timing before knock. So you can literally put 87 octane fuel in a Ford F-150 EcoBoost and it'll run like 3 degrees of ignition timing. Like complete shit. Like it won't make any power. It just drives like shit, whatever. You put 91 octane in it and it'll find the most amount of ignition it can run without knock. Automatically, without you even tuning it. It'll run 6 or 7 degrees. You put 110 octane race fuel in that son of a bitch, and it'll run 14 degrees. You put E50, 50% ethanol mix in that son of a bitch, that thing will run 20 degrees and you'll be fucking burning tires down the highway. Automatically, without you even touching the computer. That's what's cool about the Ford stuff, is it finds the maximum ignition without you tuning, which is crazy. It just like tunes for max torque right away. And it has a very fast knock response rate. So that's really cool. Closed loop timing shit is exciting. It's fun. And I feel like if you have a good enough set, as long as your sensors don't fail, which I always give people shit, like, you don't know what your oil pressure is unless you have an oil pressure sensor. You know what I mean? And the computer don't know no better. As long as the sensor works. Like, if the sensor works, all this shit works perfectly. But as soon as that sensor goes out, you could have some shit go wrong. But anyways, enough of my rant. Raffle some fucking manifolds, yeah. Congrats on the kid. Thanks, Marcus. Texas in the house from Lee. I was talking to you last year about VS Racing and your fuel stuff and your wastegates. How much would you ballpark, I guess, for the whole package? I don't know, dude. I feel like a manifold, the turbo, it depends on if you get a ball bearing or a journal bearing turbo. That is a kind of a big cost differentiation. But I would say you'd probably be around, the injectors are $200, $200 to $250. The manifold's probably going to be around $250. So you're around $500 there. $500-ish for the turbo. You could get a ball bearing and spend more. So you're around $1,000 without the wastegate, the blow-off valve, and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, ballparking, I would assume just absolute worst case scenario with intercooler, all the oil lines, everything to be around $2,000. Worst case scenario. I mean, I'm sure we can get prices cheaper, but that's where I'm at currently. How can I correct a cold start on my B series? Idles like poo for 30 seconds. Well, there's a couple tables in the Haltech. There's like an after start enrichment table. There's a post start enrichment table. You have to make sure. I usually set a lot of that stuff at 0 just to figure out what the car is going to do naturally on the fuel map when it's cold. And if it's really lean, and then you can tune the fuel map. It takes a couple tries to do this, but the post start is like up to the first 30 seconds or whatever. There's a lot of cold start tables that you kind of just got to play with. And a lot of times by the time you play with the cold start stuff, the car's warmed up by the time you're you know, figuring out what it actually wants, it's warmed up. And then you got to wait for another fucking hour for the thing to cool off. So, I mean, it's, you know, it takes some time. A lot of times, just don't be so fucking picky. You know what I mean? How do you think old school carburetor guys did it? They just held their foot on the gas and gave her a couple double pumps, you know, until she warmed up. You know, where do you think the saying came from? She runs good till she's warmed up, or, you know, she runs good once she's warmed up. You know, that's where those sayings kind of came from. You know how to tune an MS3 Pro? Yeah, I've done it. My Fox body was on an MS3 for a while. Favlash specs are inaccurate on work cams. Yeah, I don't know. Excited for the single cam content. I'm on your thousands in E85, 48, 49, and max them injectors out of 22 pounds. Damn, dude, that's making good power on that turbo. Yeah, upgrade the pump first. Need no-notch pistons and rods? I don't think so. Maybe. Somebody out there in the comments probably does. Boost is my friend. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, dude? Holly's closed loop is pretty sick. Actually really useful for cruising. Yeah. I have it to shut off and go right off the map. How's HTS closed loop? I don't know. I don't really tune with HTS. Closed loop timing. Fuck yeah. Working on RTR has really helped. Switching from E85 to 93, it's hard to explain how different it makes the car feel. Yeah, for sure. I have my Mustang still, yes, and it runs on a Holley Terminator X. What's up, Pink Bubbles? Hello. Mint, can you tune MS3? Yep, I already asked that. Paramotor Pilot working on cars. Yeah. His Fox, yeah, my Fox body was on a MS3 Gold box. It wasn't on a MS3 Pro. It was on an MS3 Gold box. The Gold box and the Pro are like the same thing, though, I think. I don't know what differences really are between the two. And it's not that great of a software. It works, and there's a lot of people that really love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad software. It's like dummy proof, honestly. It's just a little bit, it's not, I don't even want to say my opinions, honestly, because there's going to be people that disagree, but I feel like the Holley stuff is a lot more user-friendly. I'm still running micro squirt on the Toyota. Yeah, it's so basic, but it works, and that's exactly the truth with it, is it's extremely basic. As long as your tune is good, it works. It works every time. But it doesn't have a lot of the... It does have some safety stuff, but it doesn't have... I don't think it's as fast response rate as, like... I feel like the Holley stuff is really quick. The Haltech stuff is really quick with, like, response rate. So if your air-to-fuel ratio goes a little bit lean, it's going to correct faster on some of the newer age ECUs than it would on, you know, like a Mega Squirt. Haltech or Fuel Tech? I'd probably go with Haltech. I don't know, though. I honestly feel like they both have their quirks. I don't necessarily think I'd recommend either of them, to be completely honest. But I'm kind of partial to stuff that's been around for a long time and works really well. I love Honda. Like Honda S300, if you have a Honda, the Honda S300 is like awesome. I'm still in the works of doing a Max ECU, and I can't wait to do that because I might be able to offer that to you guys for sale. Can't wait to see the D-Series stuff. Sometime later, I got to call you and ask about some stuff. Is that cool? Yeah. How's Roxy? How's the baby? Never seen you live. That's my go-to. Alex Domke. Roxy's doing really good. The baby's doing really good. Christine's doing really good. The whole family's doing really good, other than me being kind of under the weather the last like couple days. We've been doing really good. I want to see some more PVC pipe builds. Yeah, dude. I was going to do that on that 4-door automatic that I bought, but I am not currently. But I think it would be fun. Are you for sure going to be selling the 3071s? Yeah, dude, if you want one, just email me. I can get them at any time. I just haven't like listed them yet. But yeah, the 3071s are freaking awesome. I'm not using it to control fuel, just timing. Marcus. Yeah, I don't know what software you're talking about, Marcus. Whatever one you think is trash. I just don't really like that Fuel Tech doesn't have a secondary fuel map for VTEC. I feel like that's kind of a thing that I like having. And the Fuel Tech stuff is just, it just doesn't seem like it's as advanced as some stuff. I don't know. It works good. Like, obviously, there's a lot of people going really fast with it, but I feel like a lot of people can go really fast with anything if they just put the time into it. What program would you use if you had a daemon board? Neptune. Neptune RTP works pretty good. I think you need to look into the Project Titan ECU. I don't know what that one is. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I think I maybe heard of it, but I haven't looked into it a whole lot. My wife said she is partial to things that have been around for a while, meaning me. Awesome Possum. Haltech is so more advanced than Honda. I can do a lot more with it. Yeah, but I just don't like that like my S2000 still has a trigger issue with the crank trigger. So when I start it, it'll still throw a code. And I don't think there's any way to get around it because no matter what setting I put, it still throws the whatever code comes up for like trigger error or whatever because it's using the factory Honda sensors. Link is a good one too, yep. How does a 3071 on a 2.8 pushrod V6 sound? I mean, a turbo is going to sound the same on pretty much any engine. Depending on how your engine sounds with a turbo is a little bit different, but the turbo itself is going to sound the same. And it depends on your exhaust piping and how long it is and what mufflers you're using. If you're using mufflers, you know, that kind of stuff. Does any of those standalones control full VTC? I'm sure, yeah. Contact Haltech directly? Yeah, maybe. I just haven't really had the time. Or I haven't cared enough, honestly, to contact them. Hola, amigo, from Wisco Street Kings. What's up? One-on-one tuning lessons? I don't know, maybe. I'm not that good of a tuner, guys. Like, I can get my stuff running, but, like, I don't qualify myself as, like, a professional to do that kind of stuff, but maybe one day. AEM bought Holly. Holly bought AEM. AEM was really good for a really long time, too. 3071's a great size turbo. Yep. Keep up the great work. Wish you the best. Thanks, caveman. Haltech supposedly has great support. I haven't tried them. Maybe I should. They do. They're amazing. Can you run mixed size rod bearings? Yeah. Run the bigger size on the top of the rod and run the tighter one on the bottom. Because when you have the power stroke, typically, like, I'm going to do this on the single cam build, actually, guys. So if you run a larger sized or an extra clearance rod bearing on the top of the connecting rod, you have to think when the connecting rod goes up and down, when the power stroke hits, it shoves down the connecting rod and shoves the crankshaft in rotation. The bearing that typically takes the most abuse is the rod bearing that's on the top of the rod. Not the one that's on the bottom by the rod bolts, not the bearing that's on the rod cap, but the bearing that's on the rod itself takes the most abuse because you got to think of the power stroke and how when the combustion happens and the flame explodes and it shoves that piston down, it slams that top bearing. So typically, guys that are doing way better than I am, like Real Street Performance and stuff like that, they go land speed racing out on the salt flats in Bonneville. They do stuff like this with the bearings to, it just overall helps, especially for stuff you're going to beat on, you know, extensively. So I'm probably going to talk about that when I do the single cam build, guys. We're going to probably do an extra clearance bearing on one end and use a standard bearing on the other end. Why do you shy away from the caged and wheeled motor glider? Caged and wheeled motor glider. Are you talking about a trike? Because I can put this paramotor on a trike and have wheels. And this already has a cage. So I'm not sure. Well, what's up, Ruger? I had a lot of problems with the Haltech at first, but we figured it all out. Contacting the CAN bus to everything. Yeah. Marcus says I don't give myself enough credit. Yeah, dude, but I honestly just feel that I do compare myself to others a lot, and I probably shouldn't do it as much as I do, but I really do compare myself to others, and I bring myself down a lot, which is bad and good because it can bring you down and, like, you know, not make you feel kind of worthless. But at the same token, it can also make you more motivated to be better. So I don't know. I feel like I try to have like this happy balance in the middle, but like I said, guys, I'm honestly, when it comes to computer stuff, I'm not really good. I know what an engine needs to sound like, and I know what an engine likes when you have it on the dyno and you can just feel stuff. That type of tuning I'm really good with, but when it comes to the computer side of things, I'm not really super tech savvy. So learning new softwares and stuff I really struggle with a lot of times. Stop giving yourself more credit then, bro. You're a tuner. Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I don't try to be the overconfident kind of guy. You tried Kenny and look, still has issues. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Kenny's probably doing better than me. Just kind of blew my mind about the top rod bearing. Honestly, Alex, if you guys think about it in like kind of just like a mechanical aspect, I probably should make a video on this because I'm going to do it with this motor. And I think it's going to keep this little single cam ripping for a long time. The top rod bearing, yeah. Because it takes the most abuse. I wish you success. Thank you, Asian. AZN. You should flip cars. You're good at it. So, I did actually sell a couple cars this week, which is really cool. And yeah. I love selling cars and buying cars, fixing them up and selling them, but I also don't really want to do it with cars that are like $500 because I literally had a guy yesterday tell me that he wanted me to sell him the car because he's homeless. And I feel bad. I feel terrible. But I don't necessarily want to be like this person's last resort for a car kind of thing. I don't know if you guys know what I'm saying, but like sometimes dealing with cheaper cars, it's tough dealing with some of the people because they want a lot for nothing, you know? Yeah, I'll try to make a video on it. Yeah, lower, bigger tolerances is going to be less pressure. You got to think of how clearances, or like when a motor's on its way out, it has no oil pressure because there's a big gap somewhere. So the tighter the clearance, typically the higher the oil pressure. But if the clearances are good and the oil pump can support it and the capacity of the oil can support it, it should always rise with RPM. So hot rod rule of thumb is 10 pounds of oil pressure for every 1,000 RPM. And as long as you have that, I think you're good. You know, not all oil pumps will continue to go after like 80 pounds. Some of them will shut off and they have a relief valve. But, you know, typically if you got over like 50 or 60 pounds of oil pressure, you can give her the beans. You know, wide open or whatever. 10,000 RPM, fucking let her eat. Fuck it. But yeah, I just figured I'd come on here for a little bit, half hour, answer some questions, have a little good time. I got a bunch of injectors out here going out tomorrow morning. I had a lot of people fucking opening PayPal disputes on me this week. My throat's drying. I had 3. Haven't had a PayPal dispute in over like 6 months or a year. Over like the last 800 orders I've filled, I haven't had any PayPal disputes. I've had 3 this week. 3. Because the post office is slow as fuck because of Black Friday, it's around Christmas, blah blah blah, and I've had a couple people open disputes because of the tracking saying it's delayed. If the tracking says it's delayed, doesn't mean the package is lost. Just so you guys know, if it's updating on the tracking, it doesn't mean it's lost. So it's just, shit's getting behind right now. It's slow. If the tracking is still updating, which every order on huntertune.com gets 2 tracking confirmations. It gets one through your invoice and it gets one through your email or whatever. And you can always track your orders through that. But like I said, shit's just slow. It's taken like 10 days for a shipment to get delivered when typically it only takes 3 or 4. So just be patient, guys. It's the holiday season. And yeah, I don't know if y'all are going fucking ice racing or something. You're in such a rush, but you know, it just happens, I guess. What about oil volume? Yeah, you got to make sure you got the capacity. Bush latte? Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, I'm spitting dust over here. I need a new one. I need a spare. How much would you charge a tuna AEM? I don't know. I haven't done a lot of those. I haven't done a lot of AEM. And I'm not really doing a whole lot of dyno tuning currently. But it'd probably be like $600 or something to do a dyno tune on that. Would you do a root style blower on a V8 or just a small turbo setup for a responsive street car? It depends on if you're going to beat the absolute and fuck out of it and what kind of fuel you're going to run. If you're going to run it on pump gas like 91 or 93, I'd do a turbo. If you're going to do, and you're going to beat the shit out of it, just because the supercharger makes so much heat, and the heat is going to lead to detonation. The turbo is a lot easier to keep the intake temps cooler than a root style blower. The root style blower, man, they just fucking, it's a fireball on top of the engine. So depending on what fuel and stuff, the blower is obviously going to have power right now. But if you just run good fuel, you can run either. Been on parts, hold for days. Yeah. Know how I can fix my cold start. Yeah, dude, fucking go through all the post-start enrichment and just start playing around with stuff, dude. Yeah, 9 days. Fuck, that sucks. Post office is inefficient. You gotta give them credit where credit's due, though. Look how much fucking shit gets delivered every single day, you know. And honestly, guys, like, we order 10 things that get delivered by the post office. 9 times out of 10, it gets delivered without a hitch most of the time. The one time it's a week late, you know, count your losses. We should be blessed and fortunate to have post office in the first place. So just be patient with these guys. You know, obviously we get ahead of ourselves a lot, but just be thankful we actually have delivery people out there. Slows everything down in compounding effect. Just ask retail. Yeah, dude, exactly. It's crazy around the Christmas holidays and stuff. Yeah, the post office. I mean, I have heard that they're, in debt and the government's bailing them out and all this kind of stuff. But they got to be around, guys. They got to be around. Yeah, dude. Like I said, with the AEM stuff, I don't know exactly what you're looking to get done. That's just a basic tune-up on one table price that I gave you. If you want to do the flex stuff, it might be a little bit more. Anyways, that's going to be it for tonight, guys. I'm going to talk to you all later. Have a great night, a better tomorrow. God bless, and we'll get a video out here soon. See ya.